Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to be fixing a PS3 controller here. Now the issue that I'm having with this controller is when I twist it or shake it, it'll automatically just start pushing random buttons on its own, and it's getting quite annoying, so it definitely needs to be fixed. Let me go ahead and give you an example of how it's malfunctioning, so maybe you could see for yourself if yours is doing the same thing. And this is a really easy fix I've had to do before, and let me just show you. You can see by shaking the controller, it'll just automatically, I'll just do its own thing. I was just in the menu there, and now it's going into the browser. So the buttons are still functionable. It's just that it's kind of doing its own thing. So let me exit, and then I'll give you another example. Like, this is how it works most of the time when I'm playing. I might twist the controller a little bit, and so if I twist it, it just, you see, it starts doing whatever it wants to, like right there. Yeah, and so obviously you can't play like this. Today's video is going to be a tutorial on how to correct this, and it's actually really easy to do. I hope you guys enjoy. We begin by removing the 5 small Phillips screws on the back of the controller. Now carefully slide out the battery connector with tweezers. Remember to pull by the plastic connector end and not the wires. The R1 and R2 buttons should remove by hand easily. Lightly pull up on the rubber contact strip for R1 and R2 to set aside. As you can see, there are 2 plastic clips on each vibrating motor. Carefully wedge out one clip at a time with a small flathead screwdriver or similar tool. Now remove the screw sitting lower center on the board. After pulling the board back, we can clearly see the culprit. A 20-pin connector is being held in place by 2 plastic posts and a foam backing. Gently pull down the ribbon cable from the 2 plastic tie posts. Notice my mistake in this picture. I accidentally pulled too hard on one of the dual shock motors and the wire broke loose. More stuff to fix. I added double-sided tape on the backside of the ribbon cable. This picture demonstrates what I used. After the picture, I carefully added the new tape on top of the old foam to double the pressure on those contacts. This is not always necessary and should only be done as a last resort. I had to clean this controller at least 3 times now, so I'm hoping the additional pressure from the tape will stop dust from getting in between the connections. Here we have the back of the ribbon set in place between the 2 posts. Now it's time to put the front of the board back into position. Okay, so now we have the back cover off here. And I removed the upper R1, R2 buttons on both sides. And then I also removed the screw here. There's a Phillips screw, there's only one. And then right here, there's 2 clips on each side of the motors. These are the vibration motors. They give you your dual shock. Now, what we're trying to get at is on the other side of this board here. So, since I have already loosened these should come out smoothly. Keep in mind I'm doing this one-handed, so bear with me, please. So now, you see it opens up, and we have this very, nice ribbon type circuit system here going. Now the problem with this thing is that what ends up happening is that you see that this ribbon right here, you see this right here, this is like this terminal connection that's right here. This is what gets dirty, and what happens is that it connects up to the motherboard right here, and I'm sorry my camera's so blurry. I'm gonna work on that, but you can see it hooks up right here, and all it does is just push down on it. That's all it does, is just, look at this, it just pushes down on it. And so when you get dust or anything coming in through the control, the buttons right here or the analogs, it's gonna somehow get in here eventually. And then what it does is when you twist the controller, this ribbon right here is really flexible, and so it's going to move around a lot on this back of this motherboard right here. You know, right here where it's connecting, it's just laying on top of it, and then so it pushes buttons. I mean, if you want to check out some ancient technology, let's look at the Game Boy. Yeah, I just happen to have an original DMG Game Boy right here, and you can see this is the upper board, and then down here is the lower board. This is the power board, and then this is the you know, the where the screen is at, and you can see that there's a ribbon cable coming off of it. All right, now this ribbon cable is a lot more heavier duty, and then also notice that the ribbon cable actually has to connect into this connector that goes into the power board down here. It actually slides in. I have to force it in with my fingers to get it to fit in there. Whereas this thing, all it is pressed together, and it's screwed together with one screw. Alright, so this is the reason why these things are faulty. Basically, all I'm going to do is just rub this. It doesn't even look dirty, by the way, but I know it is because I've had to do this so many times. So I just rub this down, you know, with a Q-tip and Windex, and then the same thing here, just rub it down with Q-tip and Windex, and then put it back together, and it's going to be fixed. Alright, so after the fix, now we can see here we have our PS3 controller again. We can twist it, and we can shake it, and it's not malfunctioning like it was before. So this is a mission complete, and that's how you fix your PlayStation controller. A lot of these have the same problem, so I hope this video helps out.